Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at Broadcom. This was a stock analysis request from one of the followers, and I wanted to let you know that anyone can make these requests and I will most likely cover them, especially if there is an actionable trade setup to follow. Now in the case of this chart, on the longer time frame, we are tracking a straight line up and we are going higher. Video is over. No, just kidding. Here we have, in my opinion, two different quite distinct scenarios that are still possible. Now the most plausible to me, the main scenario that I'm tracking, is that here we have something like a 1-2, then this could be a third wave up, a fourth wave down here, and then a fifth wave developing in this area. Could be even a double 1-2, 1-2 here, and then this as the third wave. That also works out, but then yeah, we would need a couple of 4 or 5 patterns, also perfectly fine, and honestly may even make more sense where this is a fourth and a fifth part of the larger wave 3. So we have a 1, 2, 3, and then here a fourth and a fifth. Yep, actually I think this scenario fits even better actually. But in this interpretation, we would need to be looking possibly or even at this point for a pretty large correction then in a wave 2. Then another interpretation that would be much more different from what we have mentioned here would be really a series of 1-2 setups that have occurred in this area, and they would have to continue all the way up here, right? And then this could turn into a third wave to the upside, but it would have to really start pushing, because if I look here, even on the RSI, we do see quite high divergences here on the monthly time frame. Even if I go to the 3-month time frame, we do see that this is the peak and we have printed a lower high here, so at the first divergence point, and then this as the next peak, which signals that yeah, this is probably a follow-up larger fifth wave within the larger structure, where this is a third, fourth, and the fifth. Yeah, this could make sense. And then yeah, we have another divergence from this point, a lower high on the RSI and a higher high on the price chart. So yeah, it really signals that this could be heading towards a top pretty soon. Now internally, I would like to even add a larger count for these ideas. So this could be a 1, 2, and then for now I will track this as a third, fourth, and the fifth, because in this interpretation that I will be tracking here, we can still see further upside. So this allows us to track a pretty close support zone relative to what we would look for, yeah, if we considered that this is actually something like this, where the entire pattern would be complete, and then we have here a 1-2, and then this is the 4-5. That would be a full wave 1, right? And in that case I would be looking for a large correction in a wave 2 in the area that, let's see, is between the $45 level all the way down to the $4.7 level. Now I wouldn't even expect to reach such low points, but it is likely in such a correction that yeah, we would get at least to the first level of support. So yeah, before we even consider that, let's focus on some distinct possibilities that would still allow for extension, because yeah, in my opinion those are still very plausible. And in these ideas we will be tracking mainly this internal fifth wave to the upside. Now as I was mentioning, it could be also possible for this to be turning into an even stronger push to the upside in a wave 3, but it really has to be starting from this point, because yeah, this internal structure in this area cannot really be considered it cannot be considered a third wave up. So I cannot go like a 1-2, 1-2, 3, 4, 5, and then we get another 4, 5, because this internal structure is highly corrective, and I can really only track this pattern as a diagonal structure, meaning that it could be indeed something like a 1-2, that would be fine, or within a larger diagonal fifth wave to the upside that we have here in white, I could track this as a 1-2, something like a third, fourth, and a fifth, or I could track this as a 1-2, a third, fourth, and a fifth. And in this interpretation I would be looking for a pretty substantial correction still in a wave 4, but something that would actually be much closer than what we would be looking for a correction here in the yellow interpretation in a wave 2. Again, this is a backup scenario in yellow. It's not my main focus at the moment, and in this case Yeah, if I look internally at this structure within the wave tree, I would say that this was an A wave up, B wave down, and then a C wave to the upside here. And I did look internally within this C wave to the upside, and honestly, it does have a full pattern. I could see it already complete, but I have to say even this still allows for further extensions. But I believe at this point, only within a diagonal structure, I would really be looking for higher highs in this area where, yeah, this wave C would be an ending diagonal. And in that case, I would be looking for an even shorter time frame support zone that would be between the $271.6. Oh, actually, no, this is a wave 2 support zone, excuse me. But yeah, in this case, it would be between the $307 level for this correction, something like 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way down to the $222 level. And as long as these hold, theoretically, yeah, we can still look for a 4-5 pattern. But honestly, based on how quick this correction in a wave 2 is, I would expect to already have a theoretical bottom within a wave 4 here. And we may extend within different patterns, so extensions are still possible, but I have to say the pattern doesn't really show anything likely in this area in this very short time frame here. So I would prefer for anyone who is interested to look on the slightly larger time frame if you really are interested for such an interpretation. And I won't even really leave this within the white scenario, because yeah, in the white scenario I would primarily focus on the larger support zone for a wave 4, which yeah would be much below. So the support zone would really start at a $258 level and goes all the way down to the $143 level instead. And yeah, as long as that holds, we can look for a bigger correction in that case and still for another high. But keep in mind, unless the blue scenario or something like that plays out and pushes this stock higher, we are in an area that yeah really represents a risk that this is a large wave 1 top. And what else could we really track? Well, I have to say nothing that this white support zone would really cover right now. And yeah, for now, these are the levels. This is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else you want me to cover, and I'll do my best to do that in the days and weeks ahead. And until then, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.